who share the same feeling on a Monday morning when your leads are not coming through and your team wants new leads? I have no enough leads. I worked in a call center before, and that was the only complaint we had. I'm like, there's no quality leads. We just keep getting on the phone with like wrong people. So if you share the same feeling, please raise your hand. Okay, so half the room have no problem with leads. That is good to know. Okay, so how do people search for real estate? And that's one of the questions that a lot of people ask. And let's just put some numbers into it. 21% of home shoppers rely only on online. So if you do not have an online marketing strategy, you kind of took 1/5 of your leads or the chances that you can get and just throw it in the garbage, okay? So 20% of people rely only on online information to get their information. And this number is only going to increase. 53% of home buyers start their house hunting by looking online. This is not a surprise, right? And the last one, that 89% of home buyers search using a mobile device during their home buying process. These are all seem to be a logical number. Is anyone surprised by these numbers? Right? These are very logical numbers, but it kind of put a perspective. If you don't have a strong online strategy, you took 1/5 of your leads and put them away. If you don't have proper websites and all of that stuff, you took another 50% of that and throw it away. And this is the harsh reality. When we talk to realtors, I can't remember who said that their online is only 20% their leads on the stage. I'm like, with the companies that we work with, online leads is anywhere between 40 to 60%. And some of those leads are the cheapest leads and the more qualified leads that you can get. And we're going to get into that. This number is a case study by Google. So we are a Google partner agency, and we can get some data that are not available to the public. And we're also filming this presentation. So kick back, relax, and we will send this whole video presentation to you within a week. So as you can see, the only number here that is rising in queries mean the number of people searching, is mobile. Mobile is increasing by 21%. And if you look at the ad impressions mean the number of times the ad showed up on Google first page. And ad clicks is the numbers of people clicking on actually the ads. I talked to a lot of realtors. I was speaking at the Toronto Real Estate Board of Trade, what is it called? Retail Quest? Realtor Quest, yes. And a lot of people, when we talked about this, I'm like, nobody clicks on ad. I know, I never click on ads, right? Do you guys ever click on ads? On ads. Yeah. 1% of the room. But guess what? You're not the target demographics. So whatever belief you have on people do not click on ads, just let's put it aside. Because from what I'm seeing here, at least clicks on ads have at least doubled year over year. My mom, when she find she was like shopping at Sears, and when she find a coat and an ad from Sears, I'm like, how did they know that this is the coat that I'm looking for? This is your target demographics. This is how we make money. Like, my mom still thinks that I fix computers for a living, but it's okay, right? People do click on ad, and a lot of people do not realize that this is an advertising, even if it says right underneath it, it's an ad. So in general, how do we find answers? How do we find answers? Google? Huh? You ask questions. And where do you ask those questions? Do you have like a mentor? Do you have Google? You go to the yellow pages? No? Your phone? Okay, perfect. That sounds logical. Let's just put some numbers into this answer. 89% of consumers use search engines when making a buying decision. That is 9 in 10. Whenever we want to make any decision, we use search engines. And 75% of those people do not go past the first page. Why is that? That's a question. Say again? They don't have to. Okay. What else? They don't know how?
They don't have the time to do it.
Okay. Lazy, they don't have the time to do it.
The information isn't there.
The information isn't there, right? it's a different combinations of reasons that we don't go to the second page. My own philosophical, psychological analysis of this is that we have this belief in the back of our heads that if it's not on the first page of Google, it's not good enough. Do you agree with me? Just raise your hand if you do agree with me. Okay, cool. So that's 75% of us. This number is really important, and is really important for all of you guys. 43% of all searches happen on Google have a local intent. What does that mean? A local intent means that the location or the city, the county, the country, whatever it is, was in the search query when you done the search. Why is that? When we search online, we usually know two things. We know what we want, and we know where do we want to get it. So I look for used cars in Markham, real estate lawyers in Ajax, realtor in Ottawa. This is how we search. This is just the nature of things. And 43% of all searches, that is bazillions and bazillions of searches happen on Google every second. The last number I have for you, 78% of local or mobile searches result in an offline purchase. I know that this might not apply to real estate as much, but almost 80% of everyone searching on their mobile for a local focused keyword or a search query end up doing an offline purchase, right? So here's a big gap between what we do online and how actually people behave and how people maybe convert to leads. We might be running a TV ad or a Google ad, but people might not convert right on the spot. They might just drive to your office or just search your phone number and find you. So we learned that everything happened on the first page of Google. I'm going to tell you a silly joke. Where is the best place to hide a dead body? Second page of Google. That is the right answer. Thank you. Any prizes for right answers? No prizes. No prize. Okay. So what appears on the first page of Google? Let's just analyze what happens on the first page of Google. So the first thing on the first page of Google is what we call the paid advertising, or sometimes we call it SEM, standing for Search Engine Marketing. Okay? It's an ad. It literally says that yellow square, it literally says an ad on it. After that, we have what we call SEO results, or local results. Sometimes the most popular ones is it shows in a map. Right? So if I Google pizza here versus in North York, I will have different results based on my location, and the amount of information that Google knows about us is a lot. And then we have the regular kind of listing. But that's not it. There's a lot more than that. And the reason I want to expand on this point is that there's not just one chance to rank on the first page of Google. There's 6 chances. Right? And the goal of my presentation today is not make you rank on the first page of Google. I want you to rank twice, 3 times. Because the more real estate you take from that first page, the more odds you're going to get that click, and the more odds you're going to get that phone call. So what's on the first page of Google? This is a case study done in 2015. And they ran thousands of queries on Google, and they kind of notice what kind of results that shows. So we have something called the universal search results, or the blended search results. It's not just blue titles and description that shows on Google. If you search how to anything, most likely you will find a video, right? If you search for any news-oriented, you'll find some tweets or some news updated in there. So these are the 6 verticals. So we have shopping, maps, images, news, and videos. And 78% of all the keywords they ran, they had a universal result. So the odds are a lot that something else will show on the first page of Google. And just to give you a quick tip, anything that looks different on the first page of Google automatically gets more attention. So if you got your video to rank on the first page of Google, you will get more attention. If you got an image, if you got a news article, all of that automatically, the human eye, we're just lazy. I'm just like, I'm going to click on the video, just tell me what it is, right? Are we okay up to here? Yeah. Okay, just checking. So what is the right answer? Like what should I do? So I'm going to simplify it a little bit. So SEO, or what we call search engine optimization, is like buying a car. So the car is $40,000. I'm going to pay monthly fee for the next 2 years to pay off the car. But after 2 years, I still have the car, and I still can get the mileage out of it, right? SCM, or paid advertising, is like leasing a car. You need a car for a month. You need to get from point A to point B. Done. It's quick. It's efficient. It can get you things done right away. But after you stop leasing a car, you have what? No car, right? So there is no right or wrong way to use a car. I'm not here to tell you how to use a car. You are the business owner. You know your business better. You know that the seasonality of your industry, right? To me, if you would ask me what is the right strategy, I would say you do SEO the entire year long, no matter what you sell. You have to have a consistent search engine optimization strategy for your business, and only spend your money when you know that the seasonality is right. Because when a product is in seasonality, conversion rate can increase up to 300%. All right. So it could be difficult. Like, it's no surprise. Like, in the last 4 months, I've talked to so many realtors, and there's so many technical things, and SEO is so boring and dry. And when we get on the phone with some of our clients, I'm like, just do it. Just don't even explain it to me, right? And the most of the thing is that we don't have time. Like, do you guys have extra time? Does anyone have an extra hour of the day that they can do SEO with, right? And the other thing, that 47% of small businesses do not have expertise in digital marketing. I'm very fortunate that my expertise came through digital marketing, and when I opened my own company, that was what I sell. But you guys are an amazing realtors. You give the best advice. You sell the homes for the best prices, and you have this whole thing going. But when it comes to digital marketing, maybe not. So this study says that about half of you guys don't have expertise in digital marketing. I don't know. I'm not going to raise hands. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot. So question number 1, how to look cute? No. What are my online business goals? I know it's a very vague question, but sometimes when I ask it to my clients, they just go silent. I'm like, more clients? I'm like, that's obvious. But what is the one online action that if someone did, that would be your absolute goal, right? When we did the work with our real estate clients, we determined it down to a phone call. That is what we want. If someone called me, someone qualified called me, that's all I need. I can sell them from there. I can present my company. I can present my benefits. That is all I need. So just make sure that you have that one ultimate business goal that all your online activities go through. I know we talked about social media. There's a lot of stuff happening in there, but is engagement and number of followers is the number one goal. I'm not saying it's a bad goal, but is it the number one goal? We meet a lot of people and a lot of businesses that put 90% in social media and almost 0% in SEO, right? You gotta have to pick up that goal and align your activities with it. So about a month ago, I printed the 5th batch of 1,000 business cards. So on average, in the last 5 years, I met about 800 people a year. I used to go for a lot of coffees, and I met so many people. And the number one mistake when I talk to entrepreneurs is that they're heading in the wrong direction. It's not actually the wrong direction. It's the wrong keyword, right? A lot of us think that what we call our product or what we think is the right words, that's it. And when I look into your websites and a lot of our clients' websites, the amount of jargon we see on clients' websites is unbelievable. And we think that people understand what we talk about. I'm going to give you an example from my time at the Toronto Star. So we used to say there's a new project in Markham, new project in Ottawa, da-da-da-da, on the website, right? This is how we talk in the office, but this is how we also call it on the website. I'm like, what is a project? Project could be a high school project, could be a highway project, could be any project in the world. And when we did the keyword research, we just changed that word to new home developments or new condos or new detached home developments, and just one keyword change increased traffic by 38%. within like matters of like 3-4 months. Just one keyword change. So make sure before you do any of the stuff that we're going to be talking about, that you choose the right keywords. And to choose the right keywords, you got to use the right tools. And it's very important because from a year or two from now, you're going to meet me. I'm like, Bassem, this SEO didn't work. This whole blah, blah, blah is boring, and it didn't work. I'm like, man, you have the wrong keywords on your website. If you have the wrong keyword, it's like you're on the wrong train heading in the wrong direction. So it's very important, and I want to pause at this. So let's just drill more into keywords and where is keywords coming from and why is it important? Because when we say a keyword, it's a jargon term. But mainly what we mean is how people look for our products. That's pretty much why we need to choose the right keywords, because if our keywords match how people buy products, then we have a right fit. So usually, people go through 3 phases when buying anything, real estate included. So let's just give an example. Let's say I'm engaged. I'm so not engaged. In case anyone wants to set me up on a blind date, I'm all for it. So I'm engaged, we're gonna get married. So Lisa, I'm so happy that we're gonna get married. Where do you want to, let's buy a house, let's rent? We're not sure. So the first phase we do is we literally go to Google and search new homes or real estate. We call this phase browsing. Like, Google, show me what you got. Everything, right? And then we go to the bank and we learn that we cannot afford our $2 million dream home and we only have $500,000 and we kind of narrow the market and we know kind of what we're looking for and we start comparing. So a comparing phase is more like new condos in Toronto, right? I figure out that's what I need is a condo and where I want to live is Toronto. So show me every new condo in Toronto because I'm going to start to compare. The last phase is called deciding. And this is when our search queries go very long. So something going to be like new detached homes in Markham under $400,000. This is a search pattern of someone that is that close to make a purchase decision. And I know a lot of you just want to rank for real estate. I'm like, it's great. But the odds that you're going to rank for a broad term like that is quite hard. Because if you search real estate on Google, you're going to find like 50 trillion pages and competitors are competing with you. But if you're competing for new detached homes in Markham, and that's the product you have, the odds that the competitors online are a lot less, and the odds of you ranking for that keyword is a lot higher. This one slide is very important. If you just leave with one piece of information, the keywords and purchase cycle is very important. So, okay, that's confusing enough, right? Where should I start? Like we only have time and money. This is the only things that we have. Where should I invest my time and where should I invest my money? So these are the difference between investing your time in SEO and investing your time in SEM. So SEO is a very slow, gradual increase in traffic, and it does take 3 to 6 months just to see the needle move. I didn't say it takes 3 to 6 months to get on the first page of Google. I just said 3 to 6 months to see the needle move. With SEM, as soon as you start spending money, boom, here's traffic, here's leads, here's everything. But again, the car example, if you've done 2 years of SEO and you just stopped, you're not going to go back to page 55 where you are. You're going to stay on page 1 or wherever you are. You're going to fluctuate a little bit because your competitors are optimizing their website. But as soon as you turn off your PPC campaign, you're back where you are. So SEO is a very time-consuming job. I've been doing it for 11 years. It's dry. It's technical. It could be boring. Most of the time when I talk to clients, they prefer to watch TV than meeting me. It's fine. But what I got to say is that use tools. Do not rely on your own team. Do not rely on your own expertise to do it. There's a lot of free and premium SEO tools out there in the market. Use any of them, right? Using tools, and we are in the era of like tools and cheap solutions that can really change significantly. Like what was the tool, the chat bot tool? That's an awesome tool, right? So this is a screenshot from Green Lotus Tools. You can actually try Green Lotus Tools for 7 days. No credit card required if you want. So this is a do-it-yourself structure of 7 categories. Within those 7 categories, there's more than 200 detailed SEO tasks listed in priority. And every time you complete a task, you mark it that it's complete, and every time you open the tool, you know that you have completed 70% of your keyword research, you completed only 10% of the second one, and then it allows the entire team to work on it. So every time you come into the tools, you know what's been done, and you know what to do next. And as you can see, this is an example of how SEO works. So SEO is that green line here. It's very minimal increase, right? You can't even notice it. But we got it up to be at about 50% of this client traffic is free, right? SEO and organic traffic can do wonders because you're not paying for it. You're maybe paying a tool or paying an agency, but that is a long-term investment and it will stay with you. All right, so I have some fun question. Where is this? Does anyone know where it is? Where? England, Italy, Buenos Aires, Iran, we're getting closer. Egypt. Yes, this is the Liberation Square, the famous Liberation Square. This is actually a normal day. There's no revolution happening in this picture. This is just a normal, everyday. Yeah, do you guys see that bus over here? This bus is trying to exit. Right? Is there anyone going anywhere in this picture? Eventually. Eventually. By the end of the day, some people will go home, some people will not. But we'll never know. So what if I ask you that you have to pay $20 and go sit with them? Would you agree? No? Doesn't make any sense, right?
Do they have good Wi-Fi service?
Zero. Zero. But here's the thing, you guys are already doing that. How many of you are using Google AdWords to buy traffic? Anyone? 1, 2, 3. Is any of you guys sending the traffic to your homepage? 1. Okay, so we have some, right? So if you send traffic to your homepage, you're exactly doing this. I have not seen your homepage, but your homepage is the worst page of your entire website. Go to Green Lotus homepage. It's so cluttered. So many things. Look how awesome we are. Look at mission statement. Look at the last event. This is not what people want. If someone looking for SEO services in Toronto, they want to land on a page that have featured benefits and pricing. That's all they need. So do not put yourself in that situation. Sending them to a testimonial page, to a contact, any page is better than your homepage. I see a lot of people doing this mistake. Just don't be part of the Liberation Square. All right. So there is a rule. There's something called the 5-second rule. So whatever page you're sending your traffic to, I want you to make that test. Go back to your office, call your auntie or someone from the street, or on the first date, bring your laptop and do this experiment with it, right? It's not guaranteed you're going to get a second date, but just it's a good experiment. So I'm going to show you a landing page for 5 seconds, and I want you to answer 3 questions. What's the product? How much does it cost? And how to get it. Are you guys ready? What's the product? How much is it? How to get it? Exactly, it's that simple. So I want you to do this with whatever page you're sending your traffic to, and show it to a complete random stranger from the street. Show them the page for 5 seconds and close it. If they cannot answer those 3 questions, then you're gonna go back to the drawing board. So this is how can it look for real estate. I'm like, a lot of people, I'm like, are you looking to buy a home or are you looking to sell a home? Forget all the videos and the walk-in tours and the whole 9 yards. What are you looking to do on my website? It's a very simple question for someone that is coming to your website. It could look like something like this. This is a project coming, it's just a new living, a new space, boom. It's very simple. You only have 5 seconds. So use those 5 seconds very carefully. And it's not anymore about having a mobile-friendly website. That is old-fashioned. It's not just that. You have to have a great experience. People expectation, your expectations is a lot more. I'm like, think about the last time you're trying to buy a movie ticket on your phone. I'm like, I can't zoom in. I'm like, how the hell is like, I can't do this. Your expectations from your mobile devices have like tripled, quadrupled, right? So it's not about having a mobile-friendly, nice-looking website anymore. It's actually about providing an excellent experience on mobile. And I'm going to talk about the future of search, and I'm going to touch back on this mobile thing because it's very important. Look at this. Keep it simple. I love this landing page. You have no words. It's just, this is how it works. That's it. 3 benefits and done. Another one. The registration, a big picture, the benefits, done. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Your community or your buyer might ask for a lot more information, but for that 5 seconds, when you pay $5 to get someone to your page, you have to control that experience. If they find you organically on Google and they went to your regular website, I'm like, go knock yourself out. Look at my videos, my mission statement, the whole 9 yards. But when you pay for someone to come to your website, you have to control that experience. So this is, who knows Xplornet? Oh, you guys have cottages. These are the rich people. Okay. You're renting? So Xplornet is Canada's largest rural internet provider. Agree or disagree with the service they provide. They're our biggest client, and they've been with us for more than 5 years. We started with like $5,000, $6,000 a month, and now they're spending like quite the chunk with us. So we did some experiment. The 2 pages are exactly the same copy, same everything, right? The only difference is that the form and the phone number is on the left, and the form and the phone number is on the right. Which page do you think it worked better? Right. Okay, let's be civil here. Just hold up. So if you think that the form on the left worked better, raise your hand. About 10 people. If you think that the form on the right worked better, raise your hand. Okay, so the majority are on this page. So actually, when I designed this page, I started with that concept, and I thought that's the logical concept, and I couldn't be more wrong. This page, conversion rate, is more than double than this page. Why is that?
I found my eye went right to the picture of the person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you actually looked at it, it was on the left.
Yeah. So our eye, in general, our eyes scan a page or read a page from the top left to the bottom right, unless you're in the Middle East, it's the other way around. Okay, just in case. So in this example, I've learned how to get this product before I even get the product, before I even see the price. So it's already in my mind that I knew that's an 800 number, it's a toll-free, I know that's Canadian, I know it's 24-hour support, even before I read about the product. So when I read the product, I know how to get it. This is my own theory, but then you have to develop your own theory, right? We did a lot of testing with Canadian Tire, and I gotta tell, I'm gonna share some of the insights. When we did a picture, like Christmas lights, for example, the Noma lights, like one of Canada's favorite Christmas lighting product. When you put a product just for the Noma light versus a living room with the Noma lights on a Christmas tree, of course the lifestyle is gonna perform better, right? Things like that, arrive at your own conclusion. If when we did a test between a lifestyle image and a video, conversions was like 3 times higher because we're lazy. Just tell me what it is. I love the videos that you guys are doing. It's brilliant, right? And those videos, by the way, I'm not sure who said the comment about YouTube is a social media. Actually, in my own opinion, YouTube is not a social media channel. YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine with social media functionality. Okay, it's different. But YouTube is a search engine. And guess what? Videos from YouTube have better odds to appear on the first page of Google because it's the same platform, right? Okay, so mobile, we're coming back at mobile. So if you do not have a mobile-friendly website, you lose about $60,000 a year. And this case study from 2014, less than 6% of the people who went through this case study had a mobile-friendly. I would expect this to be a little bit higher, but it's still going to be below quarter. There's a lot of people who have not got their mobile strategy in shape yet. And in this day of age, if you haven't figured out your mobile strategy, you're dead in my books. You're just going to be left behind. It's time to get that sorted out. There's no time to fool around. Mobile is so strong. And I'm going to talk about in a little bit later. So mobile, 89% of home buyers search using mobile devices during buying a home. 180% increase in foreclosure searches over the years on mobile. 300% growth in real estate broker-related searches on tablets year over year. People are getting lazier. We're getting a lot lazier. Like, we don't use desktops anymore. Like, we don't use laptops anymore. When you have dinner or sitting in front of your TV, I'm like, oh, let me look at this. It's so accessible. And now, Google have different ranking algorithm for searches done on mobile versus searches done on desktop. So your website is going to rank differently. Even if when you go to the office, your website is number 1, but if you don't have a mobile-friendly website, it's not going to be the same. So be one click away. This is the best thing you can do. We did a few case studies with some clients, and every time we ask a client to do an extra click to do the conversion that I'm asking them to do, we lose about 50% of them. If a client comes to your homepage and then they have to go through a listing and then they have to go to the contact page and then they have to whatever, every time you ask them to do an extra click, you lose about 50%. Be that one click away. This is a screenshot of actually some of the programs we did for the 3 realtors we're doing today. This is from their Google ad advertising. So it's not an invention. There's a call extension in Google Ads that you can just click right from the search engine. So I saved you already a click to go to the landing page. You can call me without even seeing my landing page, right? Because I saved you a click. You can click and just boom, dial. Or when you land on a landing page, this is our landing pages looks on mobile. It's right front and center. This is how you can call me. We're running out of time. I'm going to rush a little bit here. So stand out in search results. Anything that looks different on a search result page will definitely get more click-through rates. These are some of the default extensions that you can add to your Google AdWords. Add more links, local, reviews. All of this stuff will make your ad looks a little bit different. So this is a good question. So for all the people who are actually advertising online, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know, are you 100% sure that every penny you spend online is working for you? Nobody in this room. Okay. So this case study is wrong. So 62% of businesses don't know if their strategy is working for them. Sometimes I imagine it when I talk to, like when we do like some reviews with our clients, and like clients are just having thousands of dollars and stepping to the balcony and just like let it go. Some of it will land in the right spot, for sure. Their business has been growing, but you won't even know which dollar landed in the right place, right? So it's a very big question. Is your marketing strategy working for you? So track everything. I love data. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek, whatever you call me. I do not do a single step online unless I can track everything coming out of it. So track how many people join your mailing list, how many people go from your website and join your Facebook, how many people contact you. How do you track even how many people call you? This is a new technology I'm going to talk about. Dynamic phone tracking. Did anyone hear about dynamic phone tracking before? 1, 2. Okay. So regular phone tracking is you call Rogers or TELUS and get an 800 number to put on a flyer or a landing page, and whatever phone calls come from this number is related to this campaign, right? Dynamic phone tracking is a little bit different. Without going into details, with dynamic phone tracking, it's a script you put on your home page or landing page or whatever page you want, and it changes automatically based on the source of this traffic visit. So I can tell which keyword did you search for, which ad did I serve you, did you click on it, how much time did you spend on my website to actually take an offline action. We can actually now measure that. And as I'm going to show you in the case study that we did, almost 90% of conversions came through phone calls. So if you're not tracking your phone calls, you're missing about 90% of the picture. It is that simple. So we can talk a little bit more. If you have any questions, I can give more details on this. It's not that complicated, but if you have an IT person or someone that manages your website, it could be very easily implemented. All right, this is a case study about seasonality, and it's not a surprise, right? This chart have no surprises. You know your 2 peaks. This is the search trend for real estate from 2012 all the way to 2017. So you know your 2 peaks, and you know your seasonality. There's no surprise in that. So plan your marketing accordingly. When you know that you have more traffic coming through these months, that's when you ramp up your pay-per-click advertising. I don't want you to spend your money year-round. That does not make any sense. Just spend your money in your high season, because when the product is in high season, conversions rates go way higher, right? So we're coming to the holidays, we're coming to Christmas. It's one of those seasons that makes us do this move about 300 times more, right? It's just, we have the spirit, man. It just happened. And it's a lot easier for marketers to run campaigns based on that. Something else I want to tell you about, because it's really related to your industry. Law changes and customer urgency. These are very 2 important things that I want you to take care of. You guys are all knowledgeable about your industry, right? You know that the taxes law are going to change. You know whatever interest rate is going to increase. This is not news to you, right? So you can predict what's going to happen. I'm going to give you an example from my time at Canadian Tire. When was the law for the hands-free phone came about? What year was that? Right? 2014, right? So yeah, that sounds right. So we knew that the law is coming, and we prepared a campaign for all the Bluetooth, the hand-wired, whatever, and we just blasted it the 2 weeks before the campaign. 5 days before the law actually come to place, we were sold out. 5 days before the law become effective. All Canadian Tires were sold out, right? Things like that. If you know that there's a tax increase or whatever, have it in your ad. I'm like, did you know that taxes are going to increase? You better buy now. This is going to be so different than the realtors next door saying, buy from me. This means that you know your stuff, you're aware, you're prepared, and I prefer to work with you because you're more knowledgeable, right? So your ad campaigns and whatever you do cannot be the same year around. If you expect so much from whatever TV services or duct cleaning guy that comes and serve you, clients expect a lot from you too. All right, so how many people of you have heard that mobile is the future of search? You guys agree that mobile is the future of search? Yeah? I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. And let me tell you why. For the last 5 years, we have been saying this sentence, mobile is the future of search. Everything is going mobile, right? But that is actually not the future of search. That is the current state. For the first time in history, search done on mobile, on Google, have surpassed searches done on desktop. For the first time in history, 2017. Google have officially announced that they're going to stop investing in desktop crawlers and continue to invest in mobile crawlers. Does this make any sense? It's mobile is now. It's happening right now. If you don't have a mobile strategy, if you don't have your ducks in a row, you're missing right now. It's no longer the future. This is no longer the future. What is the future? I heard it. Someone was whispering over there. Who whispered there? AI. He's my guy, right? This thing. How many of you have Google Home? Or any AI devices? Have you ever felt lonely and wanted to talk to your... Yeah? So I felt lonely about a week ago. And I decided to... yeah, I'm single. So you feel that a lot. So I had a conversation with my Google Home about you guys. So let's just remember, before we hear the answers, I'm going to ask the sound guys to prep that file, that AI right now is in first generation. This is like buying Google stocks in 2007, right? This is the first generation of functionable, consumer affordable technology. AI is not new, that, by the way. right? But it's for the first time, it's the first year in history that you and I, no, we're not in the same bracket, that I can afford to have a Google Home in my home. So this is a conversation I had with my Google Home. Let's just listen to it a little bit.
Google, who is the best real estate agent in Toronto?
I found a few places. The first one is Rebecca Kieserai, Toronto real estate agent at 134 Ossington Avenue in Toronto. The second one is Alex Balikoev at 142 King Street, East in Toronto. The third one is the Brell team at 3091 Dundas Street, West in Toronto.
Hey Google, how to invest in real estate?
On the website Investopedia.com, they say, if you want to own a rental property but don't want the hassle of being a landlord, a real estate investment group may be the solution for you. A company will buy or build a set of apartment blocks or condos and then allow investors to buy them through the company.
So again, the answers are not proper, the answers are not correct, but what if they can actually say the best company for real estate in Ottawa is Pilon Group or Golfi Group, right? Where is Google getting this information from? How can we actually impact artificial intelligence devices to actually understand, not just that I'm a real estate agent, I'm the best real estate agent. When someone asks that question, I'm going to be the answer. Because right now we're seeing a trend change in behavior in how people Google stuff or search stuff in general. We used to search for real estate in Ottawa, right? That's usually, but when we talk to our Google devices, we have more conversational questions. Hey Google, good morning. How are you doing? What is the best company in this? And actually the device responds. The device actually started to learn to have conversation with. Agree or disagree that this is something good, but a lot of your target audience will have this device in their homes in the next year. So this is, I think this is my last slide for this one. Yeah, this is the case study. What I want you guys to start thinking about is not just getting your ducks in a row online. I'm like, if you have not done that yet, then you're actually missing the boat. The future of search, the future of lead generation online is about to change. It's completely about to change. It's like, imagine me standing here in 2002 telling you to buy Apple stocks, right? Nobody knew about it, right? We are at that stage in our lives that technology and advertising is about to take a big turn. So my advice to you is invest more time into that. That is the future. Mobile is good, videos are good, blogging is good, but have an eye on the future. I want you in 3 years from now to be the guy that Google says is the best realtor in Hamilton.